Welcome back to the 253 All Day Everyday podcast. Thank you so much for clicking on that play button and checking out this week's episode. We are on episode 16 now. Wow, this is kind of crazy. We're about to hit 20. This is wild to keep thinking about. So this week, I'm going to be talking about some good holiday stuff that you could do with the family that is lockdown friendly. I got a couple of spots that you can take your kids to. My parents took me to them when I was growing up, and I can tell you this right now, that it is one of the few good memories of the holidays that I could remember. I'm not a total Grinch during the holidays, but I tell this to everybody. Don't let the holidays try to dictate your mood. If it's not your time of year, it's not your time of year, bro. If you don't like it, you don't. I tell this to people all the time, especially around my birthday. I appreciate all the happy birthdays, but you just hanging out with me throughout the whole year and like playing video games with me, all that other fun stuff, that means way more than me than every one day a year everyone says happy birthday to me. Just hang out with me throughout the year, and I'm more than content with that. But I always want to give that shout out to everybody. If you don't like the holidays, that's okay, man. You don't have to. Don't let these Hallmark people tell you gotta be happy during this time of year. And if it is a rough time of year, hopefully you'll get better, or maybe you'll find some good stuff that'll make these time of year better for you. So it is what it is. But this week, I'm going to talk about some COVID-friendly activities that you could take your kids. You could go to photographers. Definitely, this is a good spot to take people to get some awesome night photos, because the light is going to be very not really natural, but you'll at least have good light sources throughout the thing. Just don't go by yourself, photographers, and try to take pictures of people's kids. Come on, be smarter than that. Don't be that dude. Don't be that dude, all right? All right. So, first one I'm going to talk about is at Point Defiance Park. It is called Zoo Lights. Zoo Lights at Point Defiance Park. It starts about the end of November and goes all the way through the beginning of the new year. Admissions for those tickets are around like $10, $15, just depending on child or adult type of a situation. This one is a walking course. So basically what happens is that Point Defiance Zoo opens up their doors to the community during Christmas time and puts up a bunch of Christmas lights. It's obviously animal themed. You're going to be going to a zoo, so don't expect, anything else. But it's a lot of animal themed stuff, reindeer, foxes. It's really cool because when I went through it growing up, it was always fun to see what different light displays they had. They always would have some cool dinosaur ones. I was super into dinosaurs growing up, like just knowing about the past. So they always had these cool, really like animated ones. I can't thank my parents enough for just taking me there, because that was one of the coolest things that they ever did. So also on the creative side, photographers, this is a definitely dope spot. I did a shoot there a couple years ago, but sometimes you afterwards, when you're hanging out with friends doing that stuff, you go and hang out and you have a couple of drinks afterwards, and I accidentally deleted that whole set by accident because I wanted to get photos of us hanging out that night, which all turned to be basically a blurry mess. Whatever. But that place is a really good place to get that night photography. All you cyberpunk fans out there, the neon effect, like the cyberpunk 2077 effect, you will get those with these photos, or going down there, at least for the zoo lights. You have the options, and you can walk through. Just be courteous. Other people are going to be there, and especially during COVID times, don't take up too much time. Get your shots in, get out, have a good time. Let's keep it pushing, and be courteous to everyone around you. Point Defiance Zoo, that is the location. Google it, look it up. It's at the end of Ruston Way. I don't know where everyone's going to be coming from, but you can definitely Google it, and it'll give you the exact directions there. But it does end on January 3rd, so after the new year comes through, you don't really have much time if you still want to see it, but great activity right now. I know everyone's supposed to be locked up and being indoors and being safe, but this is an outdoor activity that happens every year that is COVID friendly, and hopefully might be able to break you out of your mood that is down, because we are having a COVID Christmas, and it definitely is putting people in weird moods. So the next one that I want to talk about is Fantasy Lights. Fantasy Lights out at Sprinker, out in Spanaway and Sprinker. This one is a drive-through Christmas light spectacle. I guess you can call it like that. Hold on, I'm trying to get a drink of water here. This Christmas light spectacle, I like that word, spectacle. um, this one is more elaborate and more out there. You will see a lot more different type of themes, North Pole, all the Christmas stuff. And this one, unfortunately, you have to be in your car, but because doing it being a drive-through, they put more, not more effort. The zoo puts in a lot of effort with it too. It's just that they're able to make their lights more extravagant, more detailed, I guess. I don't know. I'm not trying to put down Point Defiance, because Point Defiance, the zoo lights is amazing too, but Fantasy Lights is just a different animal, different beast. It's a different experience. You can't rate two things that aren't on equal playing grounds the same thing. So both of them have their pros and cons. Both of them are good. But Fantasy Lights is going to be a lot more for the chill setting. You're gonna have to drive through your car, so unfortunately you can't get a lot of crazy pictures. If your car does have a sunroof, I know of friends and people that just literally say open the sunroof, and they brought their camera and they got some pretty dope pictures with it. Unfortunate thing is that you can't stop and get some of the cool angles that you normally could, especially with the zoo light ones. You can get different angles and you can actually like pose people in front of them. With this one, it's kind of like you gotta shoot it or you don't type of a situation, and you get what you get. So you can do it that way. You can get through buses. As obviously right now in COVID, I don't advise doing that, but I know of people that have gotten a group of people, say like 20 of them, and they've rented like a decent sized bus, and they've just gone through there or rented it and had a driver, but they had a little like Christmas party type of a thing while going through Fantasy Lights. That is also another option. Prices depends on peak nights and non-peak nights, aka weekends and non-weekends, and then the holiday stuff too. On peak nights it's $20 a vehicle. On non-peak nights it is $15 a vehicle. So it's not breaking the bank either, but it does give you a night of good Christmas activities, all of that fun stuff where you don't have to be inside and you can still still abide by the COVID rules. That's what it is. If you are abiding to them. If you're not, keep doing what you're doing. Just know that if you get sick, it happens. So, but I always advise everyone, stay indoors, be nice, let's get out of this as quickly as possible. If everyone just follows the rules now, we can be out of this mess quicker than more later. I would rather have it that way than people trying, whatever. It is what it is. So that is kind of my Christmas activities vest. I'm not a huge holidays person. I'm more of, I like the holidays that I like the idea of supporting small businesses and giving people gifts that are cool. I understand that, the whole family thing. But just shout out to everybody else, like I said in the beginning of it. If you're not a Christmas person, it is okay. You don't have to be. You can have other times of the year. My favorite holiday is 420. That's like my Christmas of the year. I really do appreciate that one. And you don't have to. And it's okay to not feel happy during these times. If you're a person out there, you can, I don't know, like what I said, find a good book, find a good movie. You don't have to play into the holiday spirit. The 2 days that you get off, just enjoy them as days off. Take it as self-recovery days. Take it as self-help days. That's what you call them, or whatever. The stuff that you wanted to get done, get them done through those days, and don't worry about it too much. We'll get through it. It gets easier. Once again, thank you so much for making it to the end of the episode. I appreciate it all. Please check me out on my Twitch channel. That is the thing that I'm really, really actually passionate about. I definitely love video games. I love the community that is starting there. I'm just having a blast. It's something that I never thought would happen. And I'm currently over 50 days straight of streaming, so we're going to continue that streak going. So till next week, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Chris, and I'm out. Peace.